And we're live. Hello, Olga.
Hello. So today I harassed Omar and took over the spot.
So take over, people. It's so cool.
So today we have a really cool thing. Bella, tell us what we will do. I will show the graphic while everyone are getting together, and we already have like the
we have hearts. We have people in the house. Hello, Omar
yes.
and Belinda. No, it's Olga and Belinda. So today, Olga is Omar. At least, no, Omar is Olga.
Yeah, I'm a little bit less handsome, but I will try my best.
You have tattoos. He has tattoos. You can manage StreamYard. We're good to go. So,
oh my gosh, so many people, hello and welcome.
People in the house letting us know what we're doing. I need to see if I can find my mouse so I can see the comments. There we go, that works better. Move my mouse so I don't change anything. So sorry if I'm looking.
For now we have hello, and we have hello from everywhere around the world. I saw Poland. I see Cape Town. Jennifer is from Cape Town.
Yes, Jennifer's from Cape Town. I see Nicolette, who won the box last time or previous time, is in the house. Lots and lots of people in the house. Okay, so today, apart from us taking over, it's the lab. And on the lab, we always try and show you cool techniques and new ideas with projects that and products that Stamperia have got. So today I'm using the pouring medium. And pouring medium is not new. It's something that's been around for quite a few years. I would guess 4, maybe 5 years it came out, and it like hit the world by storm. Everybody was doing pouring medium. And so Stamperia have their own set, and it comes with its own little bottle of the silicone. Okay, so it comes in a kit like this, and you need to use the acrylic paints with them. So the Stamperia Allegro. Now Allegro has rebranded. Okay, so this is what Allegro used to look like, and this is the new Allegro. So it's the same paint. So if you see both bottles in the shops, it's the same paint, but this is the new branding that is coming out. It looks really, really cool.
New one shows color better. And we have comment that artistic over
Yes, we've taken over. It's a takeover. So there's from Brazil. I see Sky Blue Hippie from...
And we also have Omar in the house, because I cannot show my phone like Omar usually show us. But remember, everyone, as we already collected some of you here, and we saw that you are from everywhere, share and like to win a pizza box. And we have a couple pizza winners in the house, and those pizza boxes just amazing. So
okay, yeah, while we're talking about sharing the video, can you put tomorrow we have
yes, of course,
the design team post. So we have Cindy and Dorota. Can you find that graphic for me?
Yes, of course. Here we have what you can see tomorrow. There is Cindy and Dorota with the cool project.
And they're going to be doing it in English. And what flag is hiding behind there? Is that the Spanish flag?
I think it's Spanish, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's our geography is seriously lacking. And yes, so then we have on Friday, no, Yes, Friday we have Amazonia. We have Luciana doing Amazonia Scrap Alive, and that looks like an absolutely gorgeous project that she's going to be creating
I
live
love
for everybody
color
to
palette.
see.
Amazing.
It's just beautiful. And then on Saturday, like we don't have enough of you, we've got you back. It's a Lady Vagabond takeover actually this week.
Basically, yeah. Basically, we're taking over, and I will be live with David, and we will do a cool projects. There is a title in Polish that probably people are cracking the tongues on. The English equivalent will be sharing is caring, and it will be cool banter and really fun craft along, and we will do it in Polish and English, so it will be
So
fun.
it's going to be mostly Polish, and then with some English, so that it makes it a bit easier for the rest of the world to follow along. So right, let me show you the project that inspired today's live. A while ago, as teachers were asked to create projects and send them into Stamperia, and there was sort of like a mini teachers competition, if you want to call it that. And so we had to use something that everybody could get hold of as base, and then do, I don't know, techniques using the new products. We could use Antoni's line, my line, and all the new lines that have just come out. So I, of course, chose to use Lady Vagabond. And this is the project that I created. Guess what the base is? So this is a base that
I know
all
what
of
the base is. I know what the base is, but shock everyone, because if you look at the project, because I watched your video, because you have the video how to create the project, so it would be cheating if I will say what it is, because I just know it because I saw you making it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know or haven't watched my video on my channel, this is a pizza box. So our products all arrived in a pizza box. So I thought, what better way to use something instead of putting it in the recycling? I decided to actually use this as my canvas. So I have used the tissue paper on the side, I've used the normal scrapbooking paper on the back, and then I have used Stamperia's what I call Christmas ornaments. So Stamperia have these huge Christmas ornaments that you can purchase from them. And I do have a code because it comes with a little taggy, and it is, and it's always a code, but yes, KB01BSQ. And these are 14 centimeters in diameter. And I have used the rice paper over the top of this one, the London map. But what we're going to be showing you today is the pouring. And I have poured over this one, and I've poured over the one that is inside. So if I open it up, you can actually see the pouring there. So I made
with
a little door.
Amazing pops of turquoise and a rusty orange. I love the idea in that project because it had the wow factor. Yes. Oh my God.
So I made it so that you could open it up, and I combined the pouring medium and all the Allegro paints together with the mirror effect. Okay. So there we go. I used the mirror effect.
To be real.
So, so I sprayed over this one with mirror effect, and I sprayed inside that one with mirror effect, and I used the clear die cuts over the top. So this one swings open and closed so that you can see inside. And then when you open it, I'm going to try and do it like this. You can then slide that one away. Ah, it's too big. Ew, it's huge. And then you can see inside. And you can see Lady Vagabond. Whoops. line along inside a clock.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And again, guys, Belinda have the video that you can watch in case that you want to create something similar or inspired by that piece. You can go and see all the process, because you know the mechanism and the construction part of that piece is really
it's quite simple. Yeah, it's quite simple. The concept is quite simple. It's not too much engineering involved, but I just love inventing new worlds, new combinations, new combos. So everybody mostly associates paint pouring with a flat surface. And what I'm going to ask Olga to do now, because she is my Oma behind the scenes, is to run. Stamperia has 2 videos on their YouTube channel. So don't forget that Stamperia has its own YouTube channel, and they have got lots of how-to videos. They've got lots of product focus videos. And so if you are ever looking for information on, I don't know, glamour paste, for example, crackle paste, how to use all sorts of things, do yourself a favor and go and actually do a search on the Stamperia YouTube channel, because there are lots and lots of videos there that the teachers have done over the years for you to learn from. So that I don't waste most of today's live with too much of the how-to, I'm going to ask you to roll video number 1.
Yeah, I will roll it. I will just add one more thing, because I often struggle with Facebook Lives with all those meetings that we have because of the Facebook issues. So if you subscribe to Stamperia YouTube channel, you can watch everything that's going live also on YouTube, and it's less laggy. So if you don't see something on Facebook, just go for YouTube, type the Stamperia, and you will have it. So talk to you in a bit, because the video will be lasting for 2 minutes. And yeah, let's roll it.
Perfect. Thank you. So that one is what's called a traditional dirty pour. So you mix all your pouring medium with your paint, with your silicone, and then normally we start with white, and then you add all your colors into it and do the tip motion, and that is what's called a traditional dirty pour. And that was with quite a small canvas. Okay, so Stamperia have got a second video for you, which we're going to roll now. And Perfect. So now you get to see my desk. And instead of working on a traditional surface, so that I can show you how I created those orbs, I am going to work on this Christmas ornament. And so starting off, you need to make sure that it is clean. So I have got Stamperia's alcohol here at 76%. It's basically just for cleaning your hands. With this pandemic, you can use it as a sanitizer, and that's just to make sure that everywhere where you have been touching it or anybody else who's been packing it, etc., you get rid of the greasy fingerprints on here. And then, as with most things, I love to experiment. If any of you have been in any of my classes, you know my favorite game to play is the what if game. So I purchased this Acrylic Vitro from Stamperia. It's a step 1 and a step 2 process. And what it is actually meant for, they call it glass, okay? And when I first read it, being fairly new, I've only been with Stamperia for a year, not even a year. When I read glass, I thought, oh, it's made for glass. And so I first experimented on a smaller ball. Let me put that underneath so you can see the crackles. And I did this on the inside. I used step 1 and then step 2, and then I used some of the antiquing paste in the cracks to pick up all those delicious cracks that you can see there. And like most crackle pastes, the thicker the application, the bigger the cracks. The thinner the application, the finer the cracks. I don't know if you can see that there. So this was an experiment that I did. And then I decided, because what you're supposed to do is actually put it over your normal projects, you know, your rice paper or your scrapbook paper, and doing the 2-step process will give you these lovely cracks, and then you push whatever color paint you want into it. And so, of course, being me, I decided, well, I know that that worked really well on this little tiny ball. What if I had to take step 1 and use it to cover my whole orb? And
I
then
have a question, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will wonder how long you have to wait for step 1 to dry. Can you use heat gun to use step 2? Because to get the effect that you just showed on the small ball.
Okay, so as with most of these crackle paints, it is preferable to leave it to dry on its own. Okay, so and you will see us on live demos often blow drying it, and that is just because, of course, on live demos we don't have all the time of day to be able to let things do their thing naturally. So you will always get the best effect if you leave it to dry naturally. You can heat gun it. I have tried, yes, because again, I have done the what if. So I have tried, and it does work. But it definitely, when I have experimented with leaving it to work and do its thing on its own, it definitely works better. And so what I have done here is I have just made sure that I have spread it evenly everywhere. And then, because your brush strokes always affect everything, so especially when you're working with crackle or you're working with a base. So what I want to do now is, the reason I'm working on a piece of cardboard is so that I can actually spiral this, and I need to just hold the little taggy so that I can do a spiral motion on the top, and I can slowly but surely spiral my way around here so that I have and I'll try and do it in my hand because it's maybe a little bit easier for you guys to see. So I'm just going to work horizontal brush strokes around here. And how do you know when this is dry? Well, when it is clear. This particular product, although it starts off white and it looks milky at this stage, it will dry completely clear. So this is what I have chosen to use as a base for what is called tooth in the art world. So when you're working with something that is slick, like like this ball, the paint is going to want to just run straight off it, and it's not really going to want to adhere. So in the art world, we have gesso, so the Stamperia, they have this, for example, and gesso is usually what is used to give things tooth. But in this case, I want to be able to see through it. So I didn't want to use gesso, which is white. Stamperia has white gesso. And the other gesso that I have by Stamperia is the spray black gesso. So, of course, neither of those would have worked for this project. So who is talking now? Somebody's asking,
Yeah,
who is talking now?
I wanted to say, it's Omar Kidnapper. I'm Omar's kidnapper. We took over today. No, to be fair, I'm Olga. I'm part of Lady V team, and today I'm replacing Omar in cafe. And I have a question, because you made the point of the brush strokes, of making swirly movement. Does the direction of the brush strokes will influence potential crackle effect when you use it as the step 1 and step 2 together?
Okay, I on this one did swirl it around and around, and it didn't seem to make too much of a difference in my ball. What made a difference was how thick I applied the second coat. So it comes in two little bottles here, and when you apply the second coat, which looks kind of ochre-ish, like a honey color, yeah. But when you apply it, you really don't see that. It's only when it's in volume like that. And yes, the thicker you apply this, the bigger your cracks will be. And again, so it's better, especially for this stage, to leave it to dry on its own. Again, I did test the theory of crackling it with the heat gun, but it definitely works better if left on its own. So now I've done this, and of course I prepare a bit like, you know, these cooking shows. So
but we can already see that it starts to dry, because in some areas it starts to be translucent.
Yes, it's starting to get, yes. You can definitely see that. So you can see my flat is about 24 degrees in here. So it's
Celsius.
Celsius, yes, Celsius, not Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius, because I think if it was 24 Fahrenheit, we'd be freezing. So yes, it's warm in here. It's 24 Celsius. So I'm going to pop this on one side to dry and take out.
Yeah, in the meantime, I will just let you know that we still have people joining in, basically we are all over the world right now. Hello, everyone. And don't forget to like and share today's live stream, because that will put you in the pool to win amazing Stamperia pizza box.
And then you can make a project like mine. Yay! Okay, so when we are doing pouring, I like to work in a tray. My tray is just a plastic container to catch all the paint, and I have put a piece of quite thick watercolor cardstock in the base. So that is going to be my preparation. When I am doing a pour, I like to have 3 or 4 things that are the same height, and you can see I just keep reusing these little coffee cups, and then I will put my paper. I will put my paper over the top, so that when it pours over the edge, and I can still pick it up. I have put newspaper on my floor, so that when I pick this up, I can just pop it on the newspaper, and I can do several layers of,
okay.
You know, several goes of
important question. What kind of paper is that? Is it thick or thinner? Because I'm sure that somebody will ask, and somebody will ask for sure if they can use stone paper. And I'm
Oh,
sure
you
you
can work on
tested.
stone paper. Oh, absolutely. You can do anything on stone paper. That is the most amazing invention ever. So I'm just using normal acrylic, artist grade. I'm just looking for, it's 300 GSM. It's
Yeah, so
just,
it's thick.
it's very thick paper. Um, and I am using, so the other thing I wanted to show you guys is what I have done for myself is I've done a swatch book. And the colors we're going to be using today are the Bianco, the white, KAL 11, the Terra d'Ombra, which is earth, 106, the Matone, which is brick, which is KAL 20, the Arancione, which is KAL 08, and the turquoise, which is KAL 25. So what I've done here is I have done a swatch. It's just normal paper tags, cardboard tags in white, and then I have cut a strip of black paper, and I have, as you can see, put it on all of them, and I've just literally taken a brush and done a brush stroke of each color over there so that I can see how my paints work on a dark surface and on a light surface, and I've put my names and codes there. As somebody who works with Stamperia's things all the time, it's much easier for me to do this and refer to it, but as a creative person, it's also a great way to store all your products, and keep a good list of all your products. So if your page gets full and Stamperia comes out with more colors, well, you can just add another ring. So these are the cream pastes. These are the different crackle pastes. These are the pigments, glamour pigments that I've got that I just mixed with one of Stamperia's gels. I only own 2 of the glamour gels, the Arctic range by Stamperia, and it just gives you a good indication of when you are choosing products to see which one you want depending on the outcome you want. So like primer is really smooth, but you can feel on here has quite a lot of tooth. Gesso is a lot thicker. So, you know, doing something like this just makes your life a whole lot easier. So I thought, seeing as I had it out to show you the colors we're going to be using today, because these are my go-to colors
I would
for
like
most
to
of my
point that
projects.
it's quite impressive how covering they are on the black surface, because the way that you did it on the black and white surface, it also shows the opacity of the color, and
Yes.
they look almost the same. So
These have
that's a
amazing coverage. And the other thing, I haven't actually swatched the Vivace colors because I just forgot. But those dry shiny and these dry matte. So
because we had that question. I didn't put it on the screen. I was meant to ask you those techniques that you are showing today with the pouring. Will they work with Vivace colors or with the other acrylic colors that Stamperia has?
So they will work with Vivace because it is an acrylic-based paint, but I prefer to work with the Allegro. Okay, so we have already shown you the video of mixing all the paint. So I did you the favor of pre-mixing all the paint, except I want to actually just push these back a little bit. And I want to take you through my process whenever I get a new product. Okay, so my process is as follows. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it next to me. Right, here we go. So when I get a new product, so Stamperia sent me this pouring medium of theirs, and as I said, it comes with the oil. So it comes together as a packed together like that. And the instructions on it say transparent water-based medium makes more fluid the colors. It can be mixed with Allegro acrylics. So they specify Allegro in a 1:2 ratio. Okay. So the first thing I do is I wonder to myself, it doesn't say by weight or by milliliters. Normally paint is done by milliliters. Okay. And everything has a different volume. So I actually completely cheat and I use these little cups that come with the Stamperia soft resin. So I've kept them all, and I've done little markings. So when I'm pouring my resin, I've done little markings because it's quite hard to see because it's engraved. You know, it's actually three-dimensional inside the little cup there. So I take a little marker and I do the markings on there. So 5 mils of paint would be up to there, 10 mils up to there, etc. So same, you know, whether you're doing pouring medium. And the first thing I did is I decided, okay, so this was my very first pour that I ever did with the colors that I showed you earlier. And I always make notes on the back. So I started with 10 mils of paint of the Allegro.
Wait 1 second, Kim. Bella will answer that question because I see it, but what creates cells and how to achieve them, that will be the next step. So no worries. The
okay,
question
so we're getting to that point. Okay, so what helps to create the cells is actually the oil. So I did as I said, so I always start off. So I was following the instructions. So to me, it says 1 to 2, and they first spoke about the well, they spoke about the fluid colors can be mixed with Allegro acrylics 1 to 2. So I wasn't sure, is that 1 part pouring medium or 1 part paint with 2 parts pouring medium or 2 parts paint? So I thought, well, the best way to me to find out is to experiment. So I took 10 mils of paint and I took 5 mils of pouring medium. So in other words, I've got 2 to 1. So I've got 1 volume of pouring medium and 2 volumes of paint. And then I put in 3 drops of the oil. Okay. I did not put any drops in the silicone. So I did, sorry, in the white. So I did not put any, you don't normally put,
yeah,
but you can.
If we will
There's nothing wrong
to all colors, then it will not work out as good.
Well, that's the theory. So as with all these things, the excitement, should I say, of doing something like a pour is you don't know what you're going to get. You know what colors you're putting in. You know the recipe that you're following. But you don't know what exactly you are going to get. And I did what's called a dirty pour, which is what you saw with that first video that we were watching. And
yeah, we will roll them later on again, so no
we'll
stress.
roll them later on. So it was all in 1 cup, and then what you do is you put your canvas, in this case paper, over the top, lift it off, and then you tip your canvas like that to help it get to the edges. And in the first video we saw, they took a spatula and they helped move it to the edges. But for sheer curiosity's sake, I found that the 2 parts paint to 1 part medium was so thick that it didn't want to pour at all. I got it to move that way, but I couldn't move it back again. And it is incredibly, incredibly thick. So I left it without dragging it so that I would know which was which. And of course, as I said, I started with my notes on the back. I then decided to switch it round. So I then did 5 mils of paint and 10 mils of pouring medium with 3 drops of silicone. And I say here, no water added. And I don't know about you, but if you only have 2 little measuring cups, each time you want to measure your paint, I find it incredibly frustrating that I've then got to clean out my pot before I can measure again. So if anybody's watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I love my scale. Okay.
Yes.
And
yes, you do. And it's contagious.
I'm a bit of a science freak when it comes to things like this. So this is not something, well, you can wing it once you get used to it. You know, people who have done this for a long time know what consistency they're looking for, know, you know, sort of approximate volumes. They don't need to be doing the measuring. But if you've never done this before, the measuring is important. So when I poured out 5 mils of paint, I worked out that it came to 8 grams. And 5 mils of pouring medium was 3 grams 80. So let's call it 4 grams for like our sanity. So 10 mils of pouring medium is also going to be 8 grams. Then I added 3 drops of silicone and no water added. And I managed to get it to tip and pour absolutely beautifully. And I got these gorgeous cells and everything worked really, really well. And the interesting thing is every time you do it, so I'll bring this one back, I put the same volume of paints in and it's luck of the draw what is going to come to the top. Okay. Then I decided that was still too thick. So I experimented once more and I got this incredible pour. I got so many cells, so much interest and everything in this one. And what did I do different with this one? I decided to go with 5 mils of water, 5 mils of pouring medium, and 5 mils of paint. So if we're looking at milliliters, I did 1 to 1 to 1. Okay. So that's if you have a million of these little measuring cups. But of course, I equated it to grams. So 5 mils of water was 4 grams, 5 mils of pouring medium was 4 grams, and 5 mils of paint was 8 grams. Okay, so that is what I have mixed in my cups in front of me. And then I thought I would just show you, these are a whole lot more samples that I did when I was pouring, because once you're messy and pouring, you might as well pour a lot.
I just want to point one thing. Every time you used exactly the same color combo, yeah?
Yes, every time I used exactly the same color combo for this. And then I discovered a new thing. I discovered that if you don't get exactly what you like, so this pour had some nice cells and things going on. My next pour didn't pour so nicely, and I did the what if game. And I put another piece of paper on the top, went push, 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 lift up, and that's what I got. So I have got what I call 2 for the price of 1. And still the cells popped up. But I also started to get this most amazing marbling effect as well. So I thought that would look really rather cool inside a book cover, because in the old book covers, those vintage books, they have that beautiful marbled paper look, and I thought that would be really amazing for that. So here's just a few more where again I did the whole splat and lift.
Smoosh.
And I really love, yeah, smoosh. So splat and lift. And because I discovered that if you lift that way, you will get the long lines going down your artwork. Okay, so here's one where I just smooshed in the middle, and you can see the same splat. It's a bit like those those butterfly prints you used to do as kids.
Yeah.
This
like
was literally
a really cool Rorschach test.
Yes. So this was really with the leftovers that was in my pots. I was scooping them out, putting them on, doing the splat, and because waste not, want not. And this was the very last of it. And so where it isn't perfect, because there was something, I don't know what happened over there. There was something on my paper or something in the way. You can cut these out and use them. So these pieces, I was trying to use up all the paint that was left and not waste anything. You can cut them out for cards. You can cut artist trading cards out of them. So no, who's asking? Somebody's asking, did I try and put more silicone?
Did you put more silicone?
No, I didn't. I just left it with the 3 drops that I had put in the original.
Okay, so personal note, you don't want to go too crazy with silicone, because if you will add too much, then the result will be like not a cells, more like very bubbly and messy effect.
Yes, so that was what I wanted to show you. And then, so now, and I did do a different color combo with the same concept, but I put in black instead of white. So obviously with your main base, depending on what you have as a base, and again, I did the whole splat thing, I just love that one. It just came out so beautifully.
Yeah, but flag looks like it's very dominant because they mix a little bit, and still we can appreciate how
yes.
covering the Allegro paint is.
And in
Because
fact, I
otherwise,
did this one on a black piece of paper, and I literally, you can see I folded it. So I literally did the kitty's butterfly effect on this one. And you can see when I'm holding this one how shiny it is. And that's because the pouring medium makes the Allegro paints shiny. So the pouring medium will give a gloss to the normally matte Allegro paints. And then, yeah, these ones as we go down are not as successful, but I also decided I had 2 tags. So whatever I had sitting around on my desk is what I dipped into the leftovers that were in my tray. And there's so much you can do with these. And one of the things, once I've finished talking and pouring, is we're going to finish off with how to use these, because I know a lot of people have done these pouring mediums and got a whole lot of canvases and things, and then they're like, and now what? What do I do
yeah,
with it? You know, that was
it
fun.
looks
Now
awesome,
what?
but how to incorporate that into your work? I really think that those 2 works that you created works beautiful, and I love the thing that Sky Blue Hippie called feathers. This modeling
Yes.
effect. She says that it looks like feathers, and she already see the birds in your Rorschach element. So
Okay, so what I'm just doing here is I want to be able to lift this up later. So I have put some, because again, I don't want to waste. So I've put some paper here in the bottom. I have just, this is an empty jar of glamour
hold on for
paste.
one
And
second. Hold on for 1 second, because
yeah,
as you put the info out, Cindy is asking, can you use a metallic paints with this technique?
I have seen people use the metallics. I have personally not experimented with that. I have only just received mine. As you can see, they're in the new packaging. So I haven't had a chance to experiment with that, but there is no reason why these wouldn't work. I've seen amazing projects done with the metallics in it. You would just treat
One
the
more
metallic
question.
the same
If
way.
we use 3 colors, we must add 30 mils of pouring medium. I think that you just add 10 to each cup. So altogether, it will create 30 mils, but
Okay,
you have to make it separate.
if we go back to my, so I just worked in small quantities to start with, to experiment with. So I used 5 mils of water, 5 mils of pouring medium, and 5 mils of paint. Okay. So if you want bigger volumes, you're going to just work bigger. So it would be 10 mils of water, 10 mils of pouring medium, and 10 mils of paint. So I'm actually using 1 to 1 to 1. I'm including water in mine, which Stamperia did not put on their label. This is just me working with my experiments. You know, we're in the lab here, people. This is Wednesday. It's the lab. So we are doing experiments to see what works for us. So you might prefer it without the water. You need to do your own testing and experimenting and see what works for you. We all like different results. So I'm telling you what worked for me. So I worked with, yes, Sky Blue Hippie says a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio, and Sky Blue Hippie is on YouTube, so people on Facebook won't be seeing that. Yes,
I
her
put
neck
it
is.
on the screen.
Okay, so I'm just preparing my workstation at the moment. But what I have done, I have prepared all the paints, but the one thing I have not done is to add the oil, because you need to add that last. So you can prepare all your paints, and I have actually, I can feel, added slightly too much paint to that one.
Do you want me to run the video, the first one, so we will have a recap on the mixing while you are singing the paints?
No, my paints are all mixed, but yes, let's run the first video again so people can see. That's a good idea, because I think a lot of people have come in since we ran that video. Yeah.
Exactly. We got 50 more. So That's a good moment for the recap. So just watch the screen and you will see how to mix the paint.
Perfect. Okay, so now that you've watched all that, just pretend that was me mixing. So what I have got in my cup here is I have got the pouring medium, I've got the water, and I have got my paints. And the last thing I need to do is add my silicone drops. So the trick with the silicone is also not to mix it too much. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops, and that one got a bit more. Okay, and then you don't go mad mixing it. You just give it literally a few turns, and that's enough. You just want to have it in the paint, but you don't want to blend it in. So, and I am not putting the silicone in the white. I leave the white without silicone, and I have mixed double the volume of white for myself so that I can do 2 pours for you guys. So this, as you can see, is an old paint pouring cup, and I'm going to start with approximately half the white that I've got here in my base.
Yeah, because the cup was empty. It was just the paint left over from the previous pour. Yeah.
And I'm going to put, so I'm going to go, it's a personal preference. I go from dark to light or light to dark. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to start with some brown. Then I'm going to add some of the terracotta or brick. Then I'm going to add matone, yes. And I'm going to add the orange. And I'm going to add the blue.
If anyone wants to see the numbers of the colors, you have to, on the rewatch, just go back a couple minutes when Bella was showing the swatches, and yeah,
there we go.
Belinda go-to palette.
Yeah, these are my favorite colors, and you can see the exciting stuff that's already happening in there.
Yeah, okay, the first cell already popped in the cup, and I'm already excited. I'm holding my breath. You know, I'm sitting on the other side of the screen, and I'm holding my breath. I see a couple of Polish comments, so I would like to just insert some stuff. Kochani, słuchajcie, widzę, że tutaj bardzo intensywna polska dyskusja jest i tak w sobotę mamy Babel po polsku, będę ja i Dawid. Oboje jesteśmy członkami teamu Lady Vagabond i już nie możemy się doczekać, żeby właśnie zrobić zupełnie prawie kompletnie po polsku. Będziemy mieszać polski z angielskim, ale zapraszamy Was bardzo serdecznie. Okay, you can go.
And that was an advert for the English speakers for Saturday's Live with Olga and David doing Sharing is Caring. Okay, so I'm just getting my heat gun ready over here, trying not to knock all the paint over. I tell you, it's like a health hazard on my desk. Okay, so I have my pot ready. I'm going to do exactly the same.
That you can use cardstock. You can use any surface that will be thick enough to hold the paint. Because if you use copy paper, it will just go through. But anything that it's thick
anything that is really thick. So you don't have to do it on a canvas. A lot of people do it on a canvas, but I'm a mixed media artist, so I sometimes want to put my layers on a canvas. So it is easier for me if I work on paper because I can die cut it, I can hand cut it, I can put it on other things. Okay, so I'm doing the same concept as what you have just seen in the video, except I'm obviously working with a dimensional object, and I am going to do the dirty pour. So I've got my cup underneath. I'm going to flip it over and try and get my hand out the way and do that.
Wow.
And so the cells and everything will start happening. And then if I decide that actually I would like some blue and I would like some other colors, this is where I totally cheat. And I didn't get...
It's just like, you know, with the cap, basically you get what you get and you don't have any influence on that. And the mechanism of creating cells is a mix of the pouring medium and silicone. So silicone wants to be on top of the surface that pushes the paint and make this bubble pop. And yeah, when we add some paint, because we have silicone in all those colors except white, there is a silicone. Yes. So adding, you just bring back the colors, and as you can see on the screen, when Bella is adding the colors, they just react beautifully and mix in, so it will look like you dirty poured and you got all the colors on the surface.
Yep, so I'm just assisting it because you can start to see that actually the cells are starting to happen. So I'm just filling in where it did not cover on this side, and I'm just checking on that side also. So I'm just helping, like they used the spatula, I'm just helping the paint down to the bottom everywhere. And now that I'm happy with it, I'm going to start drying. And as you dry,
everyone are wowing, because
as you dry, look at those cells. The cells start to happen more on the plastic as you dry. It's like magic. Using the heat gun for this is the magic. So
you can also use the blowtorch to
no, not on this plastic. Not on the plastic.
Yeah, not on the plastic.
On the canvas and on the paper, yes, but not on the plastic.
Oh my god, because we have delays, so you know, everyone just saw you doing the post, so the chat went crazy. Like everyone are like, wow, I love that moment when you leave the cap and just poof, magic happens.
The magic happens. Okay, so I am going to, having kind of arrested it, so I use the heat gun to stop it all pouring off. Okay, and I'm going to put it on one side over there to carry on drying. But this is now what I'm left with, and this is why I put a piece of paper in here, because I can now use this and spread it out.
And everyone are holding their breath, including me, and go quiet because we watch you playing with paint. It's just
Oh, no. Don't you want to reach through the
how
screen and just... Okay, so now that I've got that, these are all the leftovers. I'm going to take another piece of paper out of the pad, and I'm going to pop it on top, like so, and give it a good squish. So I'm going to go squish, squash, squish. It's like being a kid again, you know? Back to school, having fun.
I want to put a personal note that, Bella always have to check what will happen if you just put the product and then make like, close your journal and make double for two in one.
Okay,
oh, look at those cells. They're just popping on the screen.
They're still popping up, yes. So the cells in here are still popping up. I know the
Maybe
light.
try to use heat gun because that might encourage them to do pop
more. Yeah. So
yeah,
there we go. That was the next step. So here come a whole lot more cells in this one. Pop, 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 pop. It's so satisfying. It's like popping bubble wrap.
It's so cool. It's so cool. And guys, if you notice on the screen while Bella is drying, like the ball is on the side, so you can see that when paint is drying, we can see more effects. Because obviously right now on the camera it's very, very shiny. That takes a little bit from the effect. I love the bottom part when you have all those little colors, like glimpsing. I think if you put some crystal resin on top, you can make some really cool jewelry pieces. And we got a couple of comments regarding your neck piece that you are wearing today.
There is a video on, I did a video for Stamperia of how I made those. So that is using the crystal resin and the crystal colors, and I put some of the glamour sparkles in it. So you can't, can you see those cells?
Yes, yes, they are amazing.
That's so cool. So obviously the colors I have chosen to use are all in the brown spectrum and so on. That's personal choice. You could change up the colors and then you will have a completely different look. So there we go. That's without the light. So that is the waste not, want not, splat technique.
Yeah, and when they dry, Bella always post all the pictures. She's really good with following up the project, because when it will be dry, you will see the full...
Yes, because it will... So that's how I got all those splat versions that I told you about.
I have a personal question of interest, because I'm waiting for the moment when the ball will be dry enough so you can show us how it looks inside. I want to see how it looks inside, because having a crystal object poured with the paint, that gives you two options of running your artwork.
Yeah. So, okay. So here is the ball back.
Oh,
and
she's amazing.
So the ball is at this stage. So now you can see right through it.
Yeah, and we can see all the cells from the colors that you added, because that's important, that they reacted beautifully with the pour that was on top.
So that is the inside of this one. I really, really like the outside of how this one has come out. And that was my reasoning for, I'm just going to pop that down because it's still wet.
Wipe your hands. Don't mess it up. Yeah, but if it works on the it will also work on the acetates because
Yes,
Stamperia came out with those acetates, so it will
it
look
will work
amazing.
on the acetate, exactly. And May is asking, did I say you can pour on cardstock? Cardstock is a little bit thin, May. So this is chipboard. You can work on chipboard. I have an example that I'm going to show you just now where I actually worked on just normal chipboard. And the paper that I'm working on is 300 GSM. So it is very, very thick. Okay. So
Sky Blue says that the cells create a texture. You will get a little bit of the texture. If you want to get rid of it, then just put some varnish on top. That will even
yes,
out the.
or Stamperia's crystal resin on the top would look really good. Or they have that the gloss in those
Yeah, the
bottles
glass
that you
effect.
can,
Oh my god.
yeah.
You
So
make
that'll
me
look
excited. You make me, I'm sitting here watching you on the screen and it excites me all the possibilities that the technique creates. And it's so fun to watch and to
it
do.
is. It is such fun because you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like that movie, Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get. So
Yeah, that's the quote from Forrest Gump.
yes. So I'm just blow drying a little bit more so that I
The
can
comment
handle
that
this.
we got on YouTube was very good. Basically everything that is quite thick will the technique will work. If you want translucent, then go with something that is see-through. It will work on scrapbook paper, but you will not see the anything underneath because it's full
Not
opacity of the paint.
not with these Allegro paints because their coverage is huge.
Yes, so you can use cardstock, and if you don't use your pizza box to create the double word project that Bella will show us at the end again, then you can also cut the delivery box and just do it on any
Yes, you can
surface.
make your own. I just happened to use the pizza box because that's what I had, and I knew that that's what all the teachers had because that's how their parcel will have arrived. Okay, so what made me do the I'm gonna see if I can hold it here. I think I can without messing anything up.
If you stack two pieces of cardboard together first, I think it would be fine. How about your opinion, Bella? If you
Yes,
make double, yeah.
it would need to be something quite thick. So yes, you would glue two pieces together. It's called laminating. So you would laminate two pieces together. So you can see now, you can see through all over, and that's what gave me the idea to use the mirror effect. Stamperia has this plastic mirror effect. And I'm
Because we
using
have
the one
one
that's
for plastic and one for
and
glass.
one
That's
for glass.
that's kind of important.
It's kind of very important, yes. So I'm using the one um, for plastic.
We
Um,
have comments from Kim. Kim, yes, you could see uh, if you want to see the cracks from Stamperia glass and you want to see them on top of the technique that Bella is doing, you have to wait until everything is completely
yeah,
dry.
but you won't
You
really
just go
see them
again.
because they're so fine. And Annelise is asking what other colors are nice together. Okay, so I'll do Annelise. I will do what I call my color theory triangle. I will explain to you what colors to use.
Yeah, and I
So I
see
am
that on YouTube, and I remember vividly that you have on your channel, you have a video, and you also use Stamperia to explain that. It was the color theory for beginners. I remember that from that video, I learned why if I mix yellow and black, I get green.
green.
So
It's a magic. It's
yeah.
a party trick.
If you type
Okay.
in the YouTube search Belinda Basson color theory, you will find a video when you have discussed all the color combos and all the possibilities with multiple examples. So, shameless plug of my friend.
Okay, so I'm heat drying this. You shouldn't do that. It should dry on its own, but we don't have time. So now we have the most amazing mirror effect, and you can see the mirror through. Look at how you can see that mirror shining through the orb now.
It adds so much magic. Now it looks like, you know, some kind of treasure planet, something that could be out there in space from Star Wars.
Lady Vagabond planet. So I'm just cleaning this up so that I don't, because I will end up putting something in it, on it, making a mess. So I am just, okay, so that's how to do it on a different surface. I have got a little bit of paint left, so I'm going to do one more pour for you guys on a flat surface. So,
okay. Everyone hold your breath.
I'm just going to use what is left over. Because basically I'm using colors that make brown. Because a lot of my Lady Vagabond has brown backgrounds, brown tones, and so on. So I don't mind the brown. It's not
we love
everybody.
Brown. We embrace the brown. We love brown. We both are vintage, you know, vagabondish, grungy girls. So the brown is
Yep, we embrace the brown. Okay, so for this,
1 second before you will do it, I will make a short recap because we have a couple new people I see on the chat. So guys, today we have pouring with Bella. If you watch on the rewatch, there are videos that will explain you all the products. Bella is showing how she plays with new pouring medium and Stamperia Allegro colors. And we already have the orb covered with cells and everything, and we will just repeat the technique to see the magic of the pour happening.
Yes, just one more time, because we got to see the magic happen. So I'm just cleaning as I go, because now I have got paint on my scale. Right, where's my white cup?
A short recap for you. Everyone love it. You get ton of wowzy, and Raziel says that she will add that product to her future order. Everyone loves the idea of combining the mirror effect. I would just put the note that if you use the plastic, then use the mirror effect for plastic. If you have a glass surface, like the piece of glass from the frame, then use the mirror effect for glass, because it will just give you exactly the effect that Bella showed, that mirror, you know, picking through the paint, and everyone are loving the technique, and you know, stuff is amazing. So yay. And I also love the thing that is happening in the cup.
It's so exciting.
Because even on the camera, we can see that, you know, as we add the colors, the cells start to pop because we have those little dots. Can you hold the cup closer to the camera? Oh, yes. Can you see, guys, there is already a dot of brown popping through the blue and white. And oh my God, that one. Now I'm excited. Oh my God. Okay. Holding my breath.
Okay. So what I have done to prepare this, I've got my 300 GSM grams paper. I have prepared, so you could work straight onto this or you could work on this. I have just done this to support my paper because I'm doing this in the air so that it can pour off and I can grab it easily. So I've put my cups underneath there. So I am going to do the same dirty pour technique. This is probably far too much. Let's get these in because I will then again reuse that piece of paper at the bottom. So I'm going to do the dirty pour and ta-da!
Holding our breath. Oh my!
Look at those cells! Look at those cells! It's so cool.
that is just the amazing moment when the cells are happening. Oh my God, I love how you stretch them. When you peel the paper, that's called stretching the cells. That's what I
Yes.
know from YouTube.
Watching
And
videos. I know.
I love it. Because you work the color when you see something that you like, you just tilt it to get it more into your piece.
Come,
Oh my God,
come,
I'm so
come.
loving this one. I'm so loving this one. Let it be. Let it be. I want to adopt that piece of paper. I love it.
Okay, come. Right, so now I've got that there, and I'm just going to use my finger to fill in where there isn't paint.
Yeah, and we
Just
can see in the middle section, if you look at the piece, oh my God, look. Every now and then we have a little pop of paint, a little pop.
Okay, so let's get my little orb out of the way from my heat tools cable, and we're gonna look at all the cells.
Oh my God! Oh, sorry, that was loud. Sorry.
Can't get more genuine than that reaction.
So I called dibs first on that piece. I'm just
You did.
putting it out there.
You did. You did.
Oh my God. Yeah, and everyone have already see that one because it's like whoa, 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 whoa on the chat. Yeah, and that's the beauty. See, guys, it's the same proportions, the same ratio, the same mix, and two completely different looks because you never know what you're gonna get because that's the
That's
unpredictable. Oh
yep.
my God, I love it. I love it. It looks like a snake skin, of very, very, very colorful skin, snake. Oh my God.
Okay, let me.
And you get the if you hold it. Oh yeah. So we have cells inside of the cells. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. I could leak my screen right now.
Okay, so
Just
I'm
look
gonna
at
pop.
all those wows on the screen. Oh my God, they so fast. Whoa. Oh, fabulous background. Look at those cells. Um, fabulous, beautiful. Yeah, somebody else also see the snake skin, so everything is okay with me. So many hearts. That looks just beautiful. It's super awesome.
Right, so now it's
Oh,
the waste not, want not. Let's get these cups out of here.
yeah, because now we will have a smoosh and lift with the other paper.
Ooh. Yeah, there's not that much left, so
There were
um
comments before that might give you some ideas for the future labs because everyone loves how prepared you are, and I also love your what if game because you have no idea how many times I use the fact that if I have the product and I know that Bella have it, I know that she tested all the options, and I can just ask the question. I absolutely love that those experiments and seeing all the results that are possible at the beginning before you start to be messy on your own. It's something cool. Just keep in mind that it's a really dirty technique, really,
yeah.
really
It
messy.
depends. Like, if you like this at this stage, then fine, let it dry. But of course, I need to see what's gonna happen if I go splat.
Yeah, because with the pouring medium with the cells, you can do splats, you can do leaf taps, you can do the
You can do
swipe. Like,
drags. You can do the
yeah,
swipe.
so
You can pour your colors in different rows and do swipes. There are so many different techniques, but the dirty pour is the one that kind of started it all. So I thought I would start. This is what's called the basics. Okay, so let's just see how far I've managed to smoosh my paint. And let's see what we get.
Oh wow! Again, I love the edge where you have this really organic finish with the dot of blue. Oh my god, I
Yes.
love it.
Okay, and let's do the magic bit with the heat gun.
And probably I will be the only one, but I see a really weirdly shaped lion in your pose. The nose of the lion is this little element just above the big blue dot. Blue dot is next to lion's mouth, and yeah.
Okay, so there's that one, and let's
Love
blow
your
dry this
brain,
one.
Belinda Basson from oh wait, I clicked on the wrong comment.
I know when the
Jermaine
comments
said
are going quickly, it's hard
that she
to.
loves your brain, and everyone loves your piece. Oh my God, Jermaine, see the lion as well. See, great
Brilliant.
minds think alike. Fabulous.
Okay, so that's about as much cells as I'm going to get out of those two. And I'm going to put those on my floor to dry.
I just had like epiphany because those pieces, if you dry them out, you can also use them to the technique that we were showing really long time ago with paper piecing. In
Yes.
case that
Stamp
pieces
on
are
them.
not, because each one of those pieces will always have a little area, at least a little area that you will absolutely love. So that area can be used in so many ways.
Okay, so here was, remember I said to you,
Question:
if you like,
what will happen if you use the roller, the brayer?
I can't feel how hard I'm pressing, so you might just smoosh too much out. But you know what?
They will
You
mix.
play that what if game and you give it a go. I
And
personally
let
like to
us know
feel
what
where the
you
paint
got.
is.
Oh my God, I
Okay,
love this one with those flowers.
so this is a piece that was in the bottom of my tray when I had done a whole lot of pours, and I tipped it everywhere, and I got a whole lot of brown with not much blue coming out. And
But
I
it looks
decided
like
to just,
marble.
it does. I just absolutely love how this one was. I didn't blow dry it to get the cells. I just left it as it was because I liked it as it was. So if you don't have to do all the steps. So you don't have to heat gun it if you are happy with it as it is. And then of course I used my Lady Vagabond stencil, which is dream and let the future arrive one day at a time with the door. And I used the glamour paste through it on top of this. So this is what I meant earlier. It's all very well to do the
Can you show us
paint pouring.
that closer to camera and tilt it slowly so everyone can see how sparkly the glamour paste will be against the really matte effect? It looks really awesome.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
I love the contrast. I love blue and brown together. So I just love how, and this is slightly raised now because the glamour paste is quite thick. So even though this stencil is really thin, it still works with the glamour pastes and all the other paste techniques.
Yeah,
So
cream paste and glamour paste hold the shape so you can apply them thickly and just lift your stencil gently up, not like sideways, just lift it up, and then you can get a really nice, decent stick dimension.
so oh dear, I have a craft to launch behind me. Give me a second
Oh
while
yes,
I just
oh yes. Sky
while I
blue, it have
retrieve
a
it.
lot of glitter. I would call it very sparkly glitter, and the glamour paste have that really fabulous effect. If you use it very thinly, it just add amazing shimmer to the artwork, and through stencil, it's beautiful. It's a shimmery, glittery effect, and just
Yeah, it is. It's
lovely.
just amazing stuff. Okay, so in the Lady Vagabond paper range is this book cover that I have cut out. It is that on one side and it is the notebook on the other side. And this is what I was talking about. It would be so cool if we use that marble effect. So if I had to cut out these two and use them as the inside covers of my book. Of course, you would put the spine and whatever, and you would glue that in between there. So I'm not going to glue it now. I'm just giving you ideas of how to use these pieces. So you would be able to use that as the inside covers of Lady Vagabond's book. And in here, I've got another piece that I have done where I have already stuck Lady Vagabond on one of my splat pieces.
Oh, she sits so well with that color combo. It looks like she's coming out from another dimension, you know, like from
exactly.
the
ghost. She just came from visiting this world. You know, she just left. She's been on her airship and she's just been to visit this world. And now she's so she took a selfie in that world before she left.
The fact that I came up with the, you know, I saw the thing that you put out there means that you rubbed on me completely. Like I'm Vagabond forever.
Oh yes, you're forever going to be Vagabond. Yes, that's how we roll. And then something else.
Everyone loves the effect and all the possibilities.
Yes, so that's the thing. I mean, so now we've got all these pieces that we've made. I am going to raid my stash of stuff. So I have got this. This was a giant A4 lever arch file that some of you have seen me make into this mini album. I cut it down and then Lady Vagabonded it. And I have got, so the Lady Vagabond from the 8x8 cutout sheet is exactly the same size as the Lady Vagabond stamp. So if you're wanting, if we want to use Nuneka's idea of the alter ego, she can have a pink alter ego. How about that? Just for fun. So that is something interesting that I actually just discovered the other day, because print size changes everything. So I'm going to go, I have all my large 12x12 cutouts over here, and I'm going to grab one of my, so these are from the back page. I'm not going to use the
By
book.
the way, you know, I really love the fact that you are one of those creators who share absolutely everything. So, you know, with the one life, we get info about dirty paw, about swish paw, a couple of ideas how to organize and keep our stuff sorted, because I saw you making that little organizer, and that's how I store my Lady V stuff. Otherwise, everything that I cut out from the papers would be all over the place.
Yeah, so I like to keep organized.
You are organized genius. See.
I have to be.
Everyone agrees with me.
My head is always, my mom always used to say, get your head out the clouds. Because I was always away with the fairies thinking about something else. And so this is how I organize my other pieces.
Because you are so tall, you know, it's hard for you to just put your head a little bit lower because you are really tall. So it's natural that the head is
that's what happens when you're 6 foot tall, I guess. Yes. Okay, so I'm just scratching in my box to see what would happen. I could put my lady there. I might actually layer things up. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've done for an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to keep everybody too much longer, but I just wanted to give people ideas of how they can use the pieces that they've made. So you can stencil on top of them. You can layer them. So we could have this piece on top of that piece, but then that would be hiding all of that. So no, we won't do that. So let's see if we put this piece on top of that piece. You know,
we have the whole bunch of the ideas that you shared before, like the coasters that you did with the with crystal resin. You know, if you put the
Absolutely.
pieces of the pour under crystal resin, there is also a video, I believe, that on Stamperia and your
There's
channel
a
about
on the
making the
E
album.
Academy. Yeah, on the E
Oh,
Academy there is a free video. Yeah, on the E Academy there is a free video.
uh, in the meantime, I would like to remind everyone about sharing and liking that live stream, because you can have a chance of winning the pizza box. Check out Stamperia Academy and stamp us worldwide, because if you try anything that you see on any of Stamperia lives and you get some new results, we all wait to see that in Stampers Worldwide, where we have really cool, supportive, and fun community to hang out.
Absolutely. It's an amazing community. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is it's a good thing Omar's not here, because before we do these lives, we have to give Omar the list of products we're going to use. And all I gave him was the pouring medium stuff. And now I found this on my desk. So I am going to use the
I will,
Allegro.
yeah, so use the stamp. I will find it and give everyone the number, because I just saw it a couple minutes ago.
Oh, okay. So the number of that stamp is WTKCC183. So I'm actually just going to use a piece of cardboard, as it's the other side of that. And I'm going to just use my brush quickly. Where's my brush? And I'm going to create myself a little paint ink pad for myself. I'm going to move Lady V out the way so we can get that on camera. And I've left, so your stamps are sticky. They're meant to be stuck on acrylic blocks. I'm just leaving it on the piece of plastic that it comes with. And I am going to get some paint on my stamp, and I'm going to stamp.
You have the comment from Penny Van, the black and white supervisor on black background. It would be Galaxy Marmalade.
Galaxy Marmalade Supervisor. So now I'm incorporating the crackles in the turquoise around the edge.
So fabulous. Oh,
and so they will dry slightly darker than you see on here. I don't know if you can
but still
see that.
you will still see them when they dry.
Yes, you will still see them. There we go. You can see them on there. So you can start to build layers. So I'm going to just pop that on one side, and then I'm going to add some of these crackles onto the
While you stamp, I will just mention that I didn't ignore your comments through the whole live stream. I just thought that we will figure that at the end, because like always, we got a couple comments like where I can get Stamperia products. So Bella, will you tell us how to get to know where you can get the Stamperia products?
Okay, so of course we don't know where you live. So what you need to do is email Stamperia. If you check on Stamperia's website, they have a marketing email. So it's marketing KFT, I think it is, at stamperia.com. So if you email them and let them know that you live in, I don't know, Timbuktu, and I'm doing that off screen, I think, they will come back to you. They will come back to you with various places that you can get it from. Right, and it is very important because acrylic paints will dry permanent on any surface. So you need to clean your stamp immediately or pop it in a bucket of water. And my normal bucket of water is now my drip tray for my acrylic pours. So that is out of the question right now. So I'm just going to grab some baby wipes. It's very important that you look after your tools, or so you just have to watch me clean my stamp, which is, as you can see,
the same thing is with the stencils. You know, if you
yes.
take care about them, they will last you longer. And my
If you
personal
invest in the
advice,
tools, it's worth
you know,
investing the time.
if you know that some of your local stores carry any of the Stamperia product, but you would like to see some new ones, then just try to ask in your local store, can they order new stuff? Right now, almost everything is available. I think a lot of stuff was back in stock, so it would be a good moment to pitch to your shops to place an orders for the stuff that you want, because we see it as the designers as well, that some stuff are really highly
Popular.
desired, and they just fly off the shelves. So right now it's a good moment to convince your local stockist to put the order in, and you can get all the goodies.
Okay, so now, okay, I'm not even going to
I
stick
love
any of
that.
these
I
down.
love that. I love that. I love that supervisor on that background. And
Yes,
I
but
would
now,
ask him glasses from acetate, so he will be.
yes, there are glasses from acetate. I have, where are all my little cutouts? I have all the little sayings that are
No
in,
worries.
my very,
Yes, you're
organized pouches, and now I can't find them.
in the black hole of your own creation.
Oh, aren't they always? I live in
Well,
my own Bermuda Triangle. So you could cut out any of these and add them to the tags. These could go on gifts. You could add the tags on top of the project. You can build different layers. So let's just see if I have got myself a shadow for my box. Yes, I do. So something that I do is I cut out the same shape as my paper things, just in black cardstock, so that if you want to build layers and have them sticking out from something, you can have it like that.
and shadow
Um,
we always have on the right hand side.
I know I've got it. Normally, I have my sun coming from the right and my shadow on the left. So I'm breaking my own rules here. And Lady Vagabond and the cat is too big. So that's, I mean, he's like a giant cat. So
But we
that,
can imagine that if they pop from this another dimension, supervisor just got enlarged.
so we could do something like that. It's at this stage now, it is entirely up to you and your creativity. Having created these amazing backgrounds, you can then build all sorts of different things. So you can stencil on them, you can stamp on them, and start building layers. Of course, we've also got in the Stamperia line, we have got the
While you are playing with the elements, Kim says that she is in touch with her local art store and asking them to get vagabond stamps and molds that she really wants, because she saw that they store some of the papers, and it's a really cool way to get stuff. And everyone loves the fact that we can see how your brain works, how you play with the items, and because they are not stuck, and Bella have absolutely everything ready to go in case that inspiration will stroke. So you can see how you can mix and match different materials and different elements, and so many possibilities. Basically, only from that short arrangement time, you can get so many ideas for the arranges, for the way to arrange elements on
array.
your project. Yeah.
Yes.
Not a native speaker, in case that you didn't
I
notice.
do appreciate that. I think you are
I'm not a
incredible.
native speaker, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
So, okay, so here are a few more elements that I have. It's still not the baggie I'm looking for. Somewhere I have very carefully cut out. Maybe it's behind here. No.
Every time when somebody says that they carry Stamperia in some area, I put it for you guys on the screen because especially with the Vagabond lines, with both of them, they sometimes very hard to get. That's why I hoard everything I have. I treasure every single scrap, but I put everyone who say that they carry in some areas, so you can get in touch with the stores and get your Stamperia goodies.
Okay, there we go. Almost done. Oh, I
I
think we
love
can.
the idea of having the hinges on the side, because right now, like, your layout is in that moment. If you connect it with the hinges, you have really, really cool interactive open up page. And those hinges from Lady V just adds, like real element to the artwork when you can like
Yes. So these.
unwrap the first dimension.
So yeah. So now I am literally just playing.
Show us the hinge again to the camera, because you have the chipboard and the paper one on the table.
Yes.
So
So this is the paper one. These are all paper. I haven't even got my chipboards out today. So I'm just playing with paper, and the wings are left over from when I cut out the house and I was doing the airship. So I keep everything in different little bags that I can play, like leftover books. And yeah, so I'm just now starting to play with an experiment with grouping
you should,
things. And
you should feel very guilty, because half of the chat is, saying that right now they just have to put another order, because
of course they do.
but that's the beauty, and that's what I love / hate, because love-hate relationship with stampers worldwide, because sometimes I look at the element and I will think like meh, and then somebody will use it in specific way and I'm like, oh my god, how come
How have you lived
so
without it? Exactly.
it's so fabulous, and whole range of possibilities right now is, oh my god, just so cool. Those are chipboards that you
These are the
painted.
wooden ones, and these are the chipboards. Yes. So I literally, okay, so you know how I roll. I have my chipboards all pushed out, and some of them I have already painted. You saw me paint them on another thing, so they're ready to go to dip in and out of. I have got my what I've been fiddling in now is my metal embellishments tray.
The muffin
And
tray, and you can get the muffin tray really cheaply, and it's such a cool way to store your stuff.
that was a cool way. Those were my mother's. She was going to check them out. I was like, no, don't do that. And the
And
last
you know
tray.
what? I think that I will pitch that idea here in chat. Can let us know, because I know how your studio works, but that would be a cool idea for one of the labs, that you could show everyone how you store and how you arrange stuff, because I know that you always have your elements ready to go for that moment when you feel like creating. And it doesn't take a lot of space in the way that you keep them organized, because you put that trays one on top of
They
the
stack
other,
on top of each other. Yeah.
and it's easy to find elements. And I think it's just wonderful how you keep everything organized, and you have swatches to everything. And I didn't appreciate swatching till I met you. I didn't appreciate how important having swatches can be.
Okay, I think I'm done. I'm not even
Oh my
going
God.
to glue.
Everyone needs absolutely everything, and I see that I'm not the only one who would love to see the ideas for making your stuff accessible and still stored on the, because we cannot have everything handy, and your way makes everything handy. And look at those guys, come on. And we have the mix of different materials, so metal, paper, chipboard, cardboard. Oh my God, it's just like so stunning. So stunning.
So there we go. So that's
Uh,
what you
could
can
you
do.
could you show the bottom area where you have the cabochon, because it enlarges it makes this amazing focal point in on the marble
Yeah,
and the color.
this is one of Stamperia's bottle caps, and what I did here is I actually put a gear in
Yeah.
first, and then I put the cabochon on. I love doing that. The camera isn't really picking it up, but it's like a magnifying glass. So
It's so cool, and so many ideas from
so
one life.
the thing is, yes, just to build and experiment and layer. So something that started off as a like I might not glue this one because I quite like that explosion of color over there, so I might just not put that there.
I love that area as well, but you can put it on the other side of the big piece,
I don't
like the
even, I
flag
can
on the
just,
other.
so this piece can go here, it can go on this side, and I can have the gorgeous colors of the tag coming out on the other side. So it's
Okay, I
entirely
will
up
read
to
you
you.
a comments. So, ton of hearts. If you look at the screen, then gorgeous. So fun today. Thank you. Wow, I love it. Awesome
Yay!
composition. Again, a ton of hearts from Danka.
Thank
Rosanda's,
you.
yeah, Crafty Mom also loves the composition. Samantha says that we have way too much fun, but that
I know. We have to stop sometime. I could keep going and going and going and going. That's the problem.
But in 15 minutes, we will reach 2 hour mark. So, guys, if you have any questions regarding this live or any of Bella's projects, then it's a good moment to ask the questions. And Bella,
I'm bringing this one
oh
back
my
because it's starting to dry.
God, absolutely gorgeous, Belinda. Beautiful. Uh, thank you so much. Great live today. It's stunning. Thank you. You always helping to stretch my creativity. Another thing to write down in my to-do book. Stamperia ambassadors are awesome, fantastic fun, really beautiful show today. Okay, so I will roll again the video of preparing the dirty pour, and I will give Bella option of flipping camera. So
yes,
any questions that you have, just type them in the chat. I will watch chat really closely. And here goes our pouring video.
So one last time, what inspired today's live was this project that I did, where on the inside of this bauble, I have got, because I sprayed the mirror medium on top of the outside of this one before I put the paper, the rice paper of London. And then, of course, we have on the inside what I showed you to do today. And let me try and hold it so that I can then also open it. And I need to take it that way.
I love the option that it's, you know, on one hand you would expect that of course it's see-through, but you get two completely different views dependingly which orb you will tilt, and you can also tilt the both of them and just have the see-through window. Love it.
Yeah, so this one is like the one I did today.
Oh my gosh! Again, guys, there is a video how to create the project like that. Yeah, I watched it. I really loved it, and I love the new orb. Do you have any plan for the new orb?
No, it's just currently a mirror showing you my entire craft room. Look at that. It's like
yeah, you can see all the setup in the fisheye, and if you pause and look into the orb, guys, you can see how amazing space Bella have, because there is a ton of beautiful, inspiring artworks. And yeah, thank you for sharing today, Belinda and Olga. You know, don't thank me, guys, because I'm just sitting here and clicking my mouse. Bella is, you know, behind all those ideas. And I also made some notes today, so it is.
I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thanks for being my behind the scenes girl today. That was awesome. Having one of my besties in the live stream with me today. It's been such fun. It's almost like having you in my room. Oh, I can't wait till the day that we can actually start meeting. They've just extended our lockdown till the 9th of May. Breathe, just breathe. So for those of you still in lockdown, happy playing. And I hope that we inspired you today with a new product. It's not a new product, but that you see it in a new way, new ways to use it, new ways to try it out, not only on a flat surface. So as Olga said earlier, we have stampers worldwide. If you guys create something, please, please, please post it on there. And we love to see how we have inspired you with the projects that we create, and all these lives that we do every day. And don't forget, tomorrow we have got Cindy and Dorota.
Oh, wait, wrong one.
That was us today.
Yeah, tomorrow is Dorota and Cindy, and the project looks so exciting. I cannot wait to see that one. We will have Luciana
with the awesome new Brazil Amazonia, and then of course it's you with David, from the design team.
It will be fun, and I hope that I did make Omar proud, and I was a good replacement for you guys. For Omar, he will come back very soon.
Yeah, we'll let him out of his box.
Yeah, we will let him out. Promise. Just after live stream, we will allow him to go out from the box. Have a cool day, guys, and remember, crafters worldwide, and we are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you type Stamperia, you will find absolutely all the info, and there is so much.
To tag and hashtag Stamperia so it shows up, so we can find you. Yeah, don't forget to like and share this video. You too can get a pizza box, and you can make one of these.
Yeah, and goodbye.
Do you know our Facebook group, Stampers Worldwide? The place where you can post your creations, ask for advices, and make new friends. And above all, an incredible source of